What's up, guys? This is Daniel from The Genuine Human. I actually wanted to do a live stream right now, but I'm not eligible to do that with this YouTube channel yet. It has to grow a little bit furthermore. So instead, I'll just do a normal video and I'm gonna upload it. So today is the beginning of the Thesakan Ginche in Thailand, the vegan, you could call it the vegan festival, I guess. So it's basically about 2 weeks celebration of eating vegan food all across Thailand. And right now I'm in a mall, and I actually expected to see a lot of vegan stands or a lot of vegan options around here, because that's what you usually experience during this time of the year. That's where like shops all across Thailand, whether from companies or from private owners, they start including vegan options, even though usually they don't have any of those all throughout the year. And it's one of my favorite times to be in Thailand. It's during this vegan festival, during the Thesakan Ginche, because as a vegan it's so much simpler to get by. Unlike most of the time, you don't have to go looking for vegan restaurants on and on. During this time you can find vegan options so easily. And I just want to point out, this is what I want to talk about today. I want to talk a little bit about veganism and how important it really is for our development of the human collective. Let's put it that way. It is. We humans, we are not meat eaters. We are born to thrive on fruits and vegetables mostly, and that is a fact. And everybody knows that. Every kid knows that eating fruits and vegetables is good for us. You have to be seriously brainwashed. You have to be seriously indoctrinated, or you have to be seriously stupid to not know that fruits and vegetables are really good for you. Everybody knows that, and deep down everybody knows that eating meat or eating dairy products, eating eggs, eating all that junk is not good for our health. It's not good for us. It's not good for the animals. It's not good for the environment. But yet we still continue that, because I know change is difficult, change is hard, and that is why I want to point out that things like the Thesakan Ginche, or basically every voice that is being raised for veganism is impacting the greater, is serving the greater good. That's what it does. It is not something selfish. It is not some kind of fanaticism, even though it may look like that to somebody who is not informed about this topic. People who advocate, who suggest veganism, they are often very passionate, simply because we know how important it is for us, for our human health, for the animals, for the environment. It literally our survival. You could say our survival depends on it. Our survival depends on us humans gaining the ability to eat vegan diets. Let me put it straight. There's only one good reason to not eat vegan, and that is if your life is on danger. If you're about to starve, then yes, I would say, if you really have no other choice, if you are about to die, then eating meat is a viable choice. It's an understandable choice, but only that circumstance. But people nowadays, a lot of people nowadays, they are eating meat on a daily basis, even several times a day, or animal products in general. And they do not do this out of necessity because they starve, or because they are about to die. Nothing like that is true. No, it's just a habit. It is ingrained. It has been indoctrinated to us since our childhood, since our birth. It is so normal, so accepted by by our society, and it is important. It is important that we expose, let's say, non-veganism for what it is, and expose all the problems that come along with it. And it is important that, and I really see this happening, that someday eating animal products, especially eating meat, becomes so what's the word? Becomes so frowned upon, becomes so disgusting, so inappropriate, becomes so inappropriate to society at a large, like smoking is about to become. Smoking is not quite there yet, but in most parts of the world, it is something that people really gravitate away from, and that's because a lot of work has been done to show the negative effects of smoking. A lot of work has been done to show like how sick people get from smoking, how much damage the cigarettes can cause to a human body, to the lungs, to the respiratory system, and people are starting to realize that, waking up, and we need more people who stand up for anything that is going to serve the greater good, anything that is going to help human beings, anything that is going to make human being healthier, that is going to empower us, that is going to make us stronger, that is going to help us have more fulfilling lives. And diet is such an important part of it all. And it is not, let's put it that way, if we do not, like, let's put it that way, if you're watching this and you're not vegan yet, you go ahead and try. You go on a 30-day trial. You better inform yourself well, because I do not want you to fail because of a lack of knowledge. That would be way too sad, and I don't want you to blame it on veganism, claiming that it didn't work because, oh well, you tried it. You gotta try it right, okay? So get your things straight up front, and then do a 30-day trial of eating only vegan food. It's going to be a challenge, yes, but you're going to reap amazing benefits, guaranteed. And if you already know the benefits and you know the importance of veganism, then do not be quiet about it. Do not keep it for yourself. Do not be afraid to speak up. This is what this world needs. We need to manifest. We need to manifest veganism in this world, and one way of doing that is by speaking about it. This will raise the awareness. This will put it into people's minds, even if it won't change anybody's behavior for the better right away. At least it is like planting a seed in their minds, in their hearts, and that's what we need to do. We need to grow a forest of veganism. We need to spread this knowledge. Anything else would be selfishness. Why would you keep that knowledge for yourself? Why wouldn't you tell other people how harmful eating meat or eating dairy products is? Like, why don't you tell your friends about it? Why don't you tell your family about it, or your co-workers? Do you hate them? Do you want them to be sick? Of course, I hope not. I hope you want them to be healthy. And if you know that veganism is going to create a lot of like positive results in the lives of your loved ones, then how could you not tell them? How could you keep that for yourself? What if there are people out there who are suffering right here, right now, and who could use this knowledge, use the knowledge about how diet is so important for our well-being? Of course, this is true for anything. If we are able to help somebody, we at least need to offer the help. We at least need to speak up. And this is what I'm doing right now. This is what I really want to see. Even though like veganism has grown by a lot, especially in the Western world, in Europe, in North America, it has grown by a lot. There have been so many vegan options, many more vegan options have come up on the market. So many new products. You can pretty much substitute almost anything nowadays, any animal product with some vegan option nowadays, at least in the Western world. Even normal supermarkets. It's really in the Western world. It almost seems like irresponsible for restaurants, for public places to not offer any vegan options, because veganism is starting to spread around so much, and not having any vegan options, that's quite insulting. That's quite insulting to human beings, really. You know, it's like if you feed grass to a lion, it's not the appropriate food. Human species specific diet is fruits and vegetables, and this is what we should eat first and foremost. And if we can't have that, then at least we should be able to have cooked vegan food available. If we have no other options but to eat animal products simply because, well, there's no offer. Well, it's like feeding grass to a lion, or feeding meat to a cow. It is, when you think about it, it is it's quite insane. Well, but yeah, you know, the thing how this world works, supply and demand. So we cannot force restaurants to offer vegan options. We need to create the demand. This is what has to come first, and this makes it challenging. This makes it challenging for people who want to keep humanity moving forward, progressing, and improving the lives of everyone and everything involved. And so we need to demand. We need to demand it. We need to talk about it. And only by doing so, we will create the supply in the free market. At least we can create the supply by demanding vegan food. So I just wanted to get this message across. We manifest things in this world by whatever we do in descending magnitude. So the things that we do, especially those on a regular basis, those will have the greatest impact on this world. So eating vegan food is really the best thing you can do if you want veganism to be a thing. Obviously, you cannot expect to eat animal products and simultaneously want more vegan options. That's not how it works. And after doing, well, you could say speaking is doing as well. So after that, let's say thinking. Okay, thinking is the next lower level of magnitude of how we can manifest things in this world. So if you think about going vegan, or about at least maybe we think about trying to go vegan, that maybe not be as impactful, but this is already a step. This is like dipping your toe into cold water, although it's, in this case, it's not cold. This is warm water. This is where you're gonna feel very comfortable if you eat a vegan diet. Trust me on that one. But thinking about it is the next best step. So if you're not willing to actually take strong, bold action, then at least think about it. At least make up your mind. Educate yourself. Read up upon it. That's a good way to to slowly start manifesting when you're like still unsure or not quite ready to take direct action yet. Yeah, well, so I suppose those are the two main ways to how to manifest things in this world. Okay, I guess this is this. I've been like on a tangent right now, so let's go back to veganism. So in the Western world, it's like pretty much developed, but it's not everywhere. Generally, you really see it like in modern cities, in places that are quite developed, in places that have a lot of young people, because something like veganism, this is something that young people love to embrace much more, and this is kind of, in a way, I think this is kind of sad, because this is not something this is not just meant for young people. Humans are plant eaters, and it doesn't matter if you're 60 years old or 20 years old. Okay, so every human is plant eater. That's a fact. Okay, come on, like we don't have to discuss about that. like seriously. There's so much information about veganism. You can find so much online, and nowadays, like if you want to learn more, come on, do not debate with a vegan. Like seriously, vegans are just gonna hate you. Okay, so there's a lot of information out there, and it's like, okay, so maybe if somebody just went vegan, maybe they, in the beginning, well, that was true for me at first. In the beginning, I was interested in, like, I wanted other people to know about it too, and I wanted to like I wanted to talk about it all the time, you know, and but that after a while that becomes quite stale. It becomes quite boring, because more and more you realize that you want to talk about that stuff, but people don't want to listen. They don't care. They're not interested. So it's just a waste of your time, and you value your time, so you stop doing that. And the next stage is like when people start to argue with you about veganism. It's like, come on, seriously. If you're like a vegan for a long time, then this is something that's just gonna make you roll your eyes. It's like, especially the classic question, like, where do you get your protein from? As if yeah, plant eaters like humans, or more specifically frugivores, which humans are, like need to get the protein from somewhere between somewhere besides the food that is actually designed for them to begin with. I mean, come on, look at the animals. Look at cows, at rhinos, at elephants, at gorillas. Nobody of them thinks like where they get the protein, and those are like few of the toughest animal on this planet. Yeah, you know? It's kind of ridiculous, like that the lion is called the king of the animal kingdom now. No. In the animal kingdom, let's be honest here for a while. The meat eaters are pretty much the suckers in the animal kingdom. They have pretty awful lives. Okay, so go ahead and learn more about lions, for instance. It's pretty tough life, you know. It's not like they're kings. It is pretty damn hard for a meat eater. And I'm talking about for the animals that are actually designed with all the teeth and the claws and all the right instincts they need to hunt down other animals. It is really tough for them to hunt down their prey. It is not easy. Okay, and so meat eaters, for meat eaters, it is much like lions. It is much more common, like to starve or to live in food scarcity, and you know, like, okay, so like I didn't brush up on my lion expertise recently, so I don't want to say anything that might prove wrong in the end, but you know, the protein myth is so ridiculous, you know. I mean, like, if you really want to know, like, like, Google that. If you want to know more about veganism, Google it. You find so much material, and of course you're gonna find a lot of like the anti-vegan movement. Um, that's normal, because every positive change is always faced with a counter movement. Um, when anybody threatens to set up what's the word, when anybody threatens the status quo, that's when people get up in arms. And those people, they act irrationally. They do not act logically, because if they were, they would realize that oh yeah, veganism, yeah, oh yeah, damn, that's true, yeah. Why haven't I ever heard about that, Okay. Alright, this was a little bit longer video. I wanted to see, like, how far I can take it. But I also noticed that, okay, that I had a little bit of trouble staying focused on topic. So I hope you didn't mind. But I feel like I should wrap it up at this point. So I stick with the main message of this video again. Humans, we are plant eaters. Our species-specific diet is fruits and vegetables. We are meant to eat vegan food, particularly raw vegan. Okay, this is what we're really designed for. But if we can't settle for raw vegan food right now for whatever reasons, and there can be a ton of reasons why it's still too difficult or still too hard to achieve, because that is really, I'm struggling myself still. That is one hard challenge. But it's only hard because it really provides so many benefits, and you can check on my website 20 benefits of eating a frugivorous diet. I've been down this path. For many months total, and I always experience amazing results. It was just really tough for me at times to keep going, because a lot of other things that are going on in my life are influencing like my ability to keep going. And so the point is, it is challenging, and for some people even just going plain vegan is so challenging. But but damn it, going vegan is so damn easy. Seriously, if you going cooked vegan is so easy compared to going raw vegan. Trust me on that one. But it is the right step. All of these steps, going raw vegan and eventually going vegan and then eventually going raw vegan, all of these steps are so beneficial to you. Trust me on that one. I'm not telling you this because selfish reasons or whatever. I'm telling you this because I want you to feel good. Damn it, I want you to be healthy. I want you to be happy. And we need to face the truth. We need to face the truth that veganism, that the right diet is like plays a major role in that. Okay, we cannot, and it affects all areas of life. We cannot. It's like I sometimes hear that, like, kind of like counter argument, I would say. Some people kind of want to point out that, just because you're vegan, it's like you're not a perfect human being, stuff like that. And there's certain truth to that statement, but almost always it sounds to me as if people are trying to find, or more like their minds that want to cling to old behavior, that want to keep their old habits even though they are not good for them, is finding reasons, is finding excuses to continue down that path and to refuse any change. So basically they are kind of deluding themselves for let's put it that way. You can be a very exceptional human being. You can be an outstanding role model of a human being for other people, even if you're not vegan. I totally acknowledge that. It's absolutely true. But what I want to point out is you cannot as long as you do not eat vegan and then finally raw vegan, a raw vegan diet, you will never be at your best. You will never reach your full potential, trust me. Maybe a non-vegan is already an amazing human being, but I have no doubt about it. If that person would go vegan and even raw vegan, his capabilities would shoot through the roof. Seriously. He would be able to do so much more good. He would be able to grow so much more. It would amplify everything that is so great about that person. So yeah, you don't need to be a vegan to be a good human being. That's true. And vegans can be jerks. Vegans can be assholes. Even raw vegans. It doesn't automatically make you a perfect human being or a saint or an enlightened person. That's for sure. It doesn't work that way. But it's one piece of the puzzle. It's one part that we need to acknowledge and that we need to accept and that we need to keep in mind. And it is going to impact us a lot in a good way, in a positive way. It is going to make us better humans, if we want to put it that way. It is, if we eat the right food. So the point is, like, even if you can be an exceptional human being on animal products, that's no reason why we should continue with the animal products. No. No. That's more testimony for that person and how that person managed to become so exceptional despite the poor diet, the relatively poor diet that person was following. And if that person starts fixing that area of their lives, this is my belief, this person would be able to grow even more and would be able to become even more exceptional and even greater, even more astounding. Okay, so I hope this message sinks in. Let's spread veganism. Let's stand up for it. Let's have the courage. Let's have the courage to take care of our brothers and sisters, because we cannot let this insane habit, this insane behavior that is being passed on for generation and generation, for ages now, of eating animal products and of eating all those wrong foods, all those foods that shouldn't even be called foods. Those are semi-foods or non-foods, even some of them. We should stop eating them person by person, and we start with ourselves, and we start educating about it, we start speaking about it, and we start manifesting it into this reality. It is now needed more than ever. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want, hit the like button or subscribe to my channel. Also check out my website. This was Daniel. I hope you stay genuine. I hope you eat the right food. Stay vegan. Go raw vegan. It's gonna benefit so much. Daniel out. I love you guys.